Hey everybody, welcome to the Vinyl Channel. I'm the Vinyl Guy Boss. Hey Chris, how you doing tonight? I also see Adrian's out there. How are you doing? So I apologize I haven't put out any regular videos this week. I've been working on a couple of turntables that I've been trying to restore. I've spent quite a lot of time on them, and I'm still working on them. Haven't got them finished yet, but hopefully next week I can. There's 2 or 3 videos I want to do, so hopefully I can get those done next week and get those up sometime for you. But always great to see Chris coming in from the UK. So I'm going to go ahead and show off tonight some of my collection of Meat Loaf and Supertramp items that I have, CDs, 45s, LPs, that sort of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to start with the Supertramp. So I have some 45s here that I'm going to show you. Unfortunately, I don't have any box sets of either one of these artists, so I don't have any box sets to show you. And for Supertramp, I don't have any CDs either, but I do have this this 45 here. It's raining again, so it's a really nice a picture sleeve. I forget which album it's from, but yeah, it's raining again. I know it came out in the early 1980s. So have that single. We have A Goodbye Stranger, which is a really great song by a Supertramp. And I see Adrian is there. Hey, Adrian. Really great song. And this one is on the older A&M, Brown A&M label. This is an interesting one. So Supertramp put out an album in 1987 called Free as a Bird. I think on vinyl, it was never available in the US on vinyl, but I do have a single off it. It's called I'm Begging You, and it's actually a Canadian single. So I will show this, put this up here. Hopefully you can see it. So I forget what's on the back side. Let me see. The back side has no in between. So So, but it's on this black and white A&M label that they experimented with in the early 1990s, or at this point in the late 1990s. What else I got here? I have a UK version of Bloody Well Right. So let's see, get up here so you can see the name, and the back side is Dreamer. So great song by them. I really like A Bloody Well Right. That's a really great song that they put out. This here is from the A&M album Evening in the Quietest Moments. So this is I Give a Little Bit, which is a really big. I think this was a top 40 hit for them. So yep, really nice company sleeve that you don't see very often, but again on the gray and brown A&M logo, very common to see it in the late 70s and the mid 80s. We have Breakfast in America. I think this is from the actual album. I think this is also a Canadian copy. So it's a really nice a picture sleeve. I actually bought this for the picture sleeve. So yeah, really nice. I like it with a close up of the orange juice that you see on the album. So it's pretty cool. And it has a small hole 45 of that. What's on the B side of this? It has Breakfast in America on the A side, and it has Gone Hollywood on the B side. Okay, so we have a standard US pressing of the Logical song. Huge hit for them. So I love all these intellectual, criminal, acceptable, respectable, presentable, vegetable. It goes on, and fanatical. This goes on and on with the wording. It's really cool what they put on the outer sleeve. So yeah. So, but really great song by them, the Logical song. Chris Supertramp always does a good album. Oh yeah, they do. This one I like because pretty much I like the Forget Me Not series on A&M. It actually had a really nice label. I really like these green and orange labels with this finger and the little bow around it. So it's pretty cool. That one is the Logical song as well on the A side, and it's Goodbye Stranger on the B side. So, but I really like these, even though they're styrene. This one is styrene, but I still really like the label. So, let's see what else we got here. I have a test pressing here. This is of live version of Breakfast in America off of the Paris album. So this is what the test pressing looks like. It doesn't have any writing on it, but it is a test pressing. I don't know what's on the B side. I forgot. So probably Dreamer, a live version of Dreamer, I would suspect. But it has a Breakfast in America, a live version of it on the A side. Always like these test pressings. They're fun to find and collect. So what is this? This is a promo copy of Dreamer, and it has the stereo side, the stereo version on one side, and the mono version on the other side for the AM and FM radios back in the day, because the FM radios were stereo and the AM radios were mono, so that's why they had to give two different versions of the 45, depending on which kind of radio station it was sent to. Here's another single off of the Free as a Bird album, which has the pretty much what the cover looks like, and it is the song Free as a Bird. I think this is also Canadian. No, it might be US. It might be US. But that's what the label looks like. Pretty cool. Have a Goodbye Stranger. This one is just okay. So this has the radio edit on one side, which is this side. So it has a shortened down edit on this side, and it has the full LP version on this side. So it has two different versions of the song Goodbye Stranger on this. So that's kind of cool as well about 45s. So, and the last one I pulled out is Dreamer from the Paris, the Paris album, the live album. So this is a live version of Dreamer on this side, and what's on the B side? It's From Now On. So there you go, Dreamer. Pretty cool. Any other big Supertramp fans out there? I really like them a lot. I mean, I really got into them in high school. So, but I got some records here of them I'm going to show you. So I'm going to start off with this one here. This is actually an Australian record. This is a traditional bootleg called Alien. It was pressed and released in Australia in 1979. And it's on the Saturated Works label. And I show you the back of this. Let me see if I can't move some of these 45s out of the way here. But this is what the back of this looks like. But even though it was released in 1979, this is actually a concert. It says here, recorded on tour, United States, 1976. I think this is from Santa Monica, California. Yeah, Supertramp is really great. I really like them a lot. But yes, Chris, definitely. So, but that's cool. There. Let's see what else we have here. I'm gonna put that in there. We also have this here is a Supertramp a tribute album. So a bunch of classic rock and progressive rock artists got together and did covers of a whole bunch of Supertramp songs. So Breakfast in America, Take the Long Way Home, Logical song, Give a Little Bit. It was pressed on blue vinyl, on blue marble, really. Kind of a nice color there. But it said here it was limited edition to only 300 copies. So pretty cool. But it's called Songs of, the album is called Songs of the Century. And I'll bring up the bottom if you want to take a peek at exactly what it says here. It has some of the artists who performed on the record. So there you go. I really like tribute albums. I have quite a few of them. I want to do a video where I'm just showing all or a lot of my tribute albums. So this is the album that It's Raining Again was from, A Famous Last Words. This is just a standard US copy of it. So really, really nice cover. So I'll show you the back of it if you want to take a peek. So have that. We have a reissue. Oh, let me get this out here real fast. Okay, we have a reissue of Crime of the Century, and it was issued on this white and black and white and semi-clear splattered vinyl. Really, really nice. I know how much Chris likes color vinyl. I do too. But this album has Bloody Well Right on it and a couple other great songs on it. So, and we have a Supertramp in America, probably one of their best known albums. This is in a really, really nice reissue, color reissue as well. And this one was reissued on this orange and reddish splatter, not splatter, marbled vinyl. So very, very nice on this orange. Sorry, Crime of the Century I have that album. Oh, the orange? Yeah, the orange is really cool. I'm a sucker for color vinyl. Got that one. Let's see. So this is the album here that I was telling you about. So this is from, I think I have, oh no, okay. So I have two different copies of this, I think. So let me explain what this is. So I have a little card in here that kind of explains a little bit what it is. But take it out. But this here is a live album. I think it was from 1991, actually. I think. Or maybe 87, 91. Is there a year on here? 88. Okay, so it's from 1988. I think the album is actually called Supertramp 88. And this is a concert. I don't really remember where the concert was. It's called Live 88, actually. You can see the name at the bottom. But this album was never released in North America. It was only released in a few countries. This one here, I think I have two copies of it. This one here is actually from Venezuela. And this is what the Venezuelan label looks like. I'll take it out and show it to you. If it let me. This is what the Venezuelan label looks like. It's a really, really great concert for them. The concert was for that album, Free as a Bird, but it has a bunch of their hits on it as well. So initially, from what I understand, this was not supposed to be released, made into an album. They decided to record it, but they weren't expecting the recording to be as good as it was, so they eventually decided to go ahead and release it on an album. But again, not only in select countries. So it just wasn't released in the U.S. All right, we have looks like an OG pressing of Crime of the Century. So I'm just showing you all the Supertramp. So sometimes I'm going to have some duplicates. Sorry about that, but this one is an OG pressing of it. So what else I got here? I have a picture disc of Supertramp, Breakfast in America. On Back to Black, on the Back to Black label. But really, really cool. This here, yeah, so this here is the 87. I think it came 87. This is Free as a Bird. And in the US, it was never released on vinyl, only on CD and cassette, I believe, but never on vinyl in the US. I don't remember the country this one came from. Let me see if I can read it here. It might have been, I just can't read it, but it might have been a U.S. pressing. I think I'm wrong. I think it's the Hollywood, California. So I think it was released in the U.S. on vinyl. So, but this is the 87 Free as a Bird album. So I didn't know that it's hard to find. It's hard to find on vinyl. So I should do a ranking video. We know the problem with doing a ranking video, Chris, is you have to have all their albums. I think I'm missing a few of their albums. So that means that I have to stop and figure out which albums I'm missing and get those albums. So, and I've done that before because I did a ranking video on Meat Loaf, which I have Meat Loaf here too. But I had like 4 other albums I didn't have, so I had to stop and had to actually get those. A couple of them were never available on vinyl, so I had to buy the CDs because I don't want to, if I'm doing a ranking video, I want to show the actual album. So that takes time to do all that. So yeah, I agree. I have a lot of bands that I want to do ranking videos on. So, but I just haven't had the time. So here's Supertramp Paris. Came out sometime around, I think around 83 or 84. This is their double live album. So really nice gatefold on this one. So, but really great. Here's all the track listing if you want to take a gander at it. So let me put this in its cover here. Okay, awesome. And let's see what's next. Okay, so this is another one here. This is cool. This is a gray market bootleg. This is was recorded just like 3 or 4 days after this album was recorded, after Paris was recorded in the same theater, but it's a different recording, and they had it, and they decided to go ahead and release it as a bootleg, as a gray market bootleg, and it's a really great recording, really great performance. Again, the same venue, the same almost the same songs, but of course, recorded at a different, a different day. But I thought this was a gatefold. I guess not. I took it out because I thought it was a gatefold, but it's not a gatefold. But this one recorded December 1st, 1979. I think the other one was recorded in I don't remember. I think it was in November. I think it was around November, the end of November. So it was just days apart. So, but it's pretty cool to have that. Here's the other one. So this is the other one I have. So this is also Live 88. Remember I said I had 2 copies of it. So this one here is a Greek pressing of it, and it has a different label. It has that kind of a label on it, but this is a Greek copy of it, of Supertramp Live 88. So again, this one was not released in the U.S. So that's it. That's all the Supertramp that I have. Paris was released in 8.0 in 80. Yeah. I think it was released in January of 80, and this one was released in December of 79. So like I said, it wasn't too far away from each other. So yeah, Dreamer was a single off of that. So, but I do have that that Breakfast in America single as well off of it, that test pressing. So there's at least 2 singles off that album. So we're gonna go ahead and the covers. They have gorgeous. You know what? I'm not bringing you up on the thing, am I? I'm sorry about that. How about that? We have Chris saying I should do some rankings for Supertramp. I agree. Paris was released in 1980. I think he's right. I think that was in January of 1980. This was December of 79. So, and Tara Bird, I love all the covers. So there you go. Sorry, folks, I wasn't doing that. So we're moving on to Meat Loaf. Actually, before I get to the albums, I have some 45s and I have some CDs to show. So I have here is a Westwood One concert on a CD. Actually, 2 CDs. So it's 2 different artists. One is Jose and Trini, the other one is Meat Loaf. So this has Bad Out of Hell on it. Show you what the CD looks like in concert, if you can see it. Has Bad Out of Hell, and it has an 11-minute version of Paradise by the Dashboard Lights. One of the best versions live I'd ever heard from Meat Loaf. So it just has this instrumental, like 6-minute opening to the song, or yeah, just all instrumental, and it was just amazing. And then it goes into the song itself, which is 5 minutes. So but it's a total 11-minute version of Paradise by the Dashboard Lights. Really, really great version of that on this CD here that I got. Again, that was a radio broadcast. So I have that. Also have these CDs here because these were never released on vinyl, or at least I think this one released on vinyl, but it's very difficult to come by. Right on the secondary market, this goes for $300, $400. So no, I don't have it on vinyl. But this is I guess this is the very best of Meat Loaf. So I got that one on CD. So it's just a bunch of his songs. This one here is Meat Loaf, Hell in the Handbasket, which I think I ranked this one as number 3 on my. I do have a video out there where I ranked all the Meat Loaf albums, and I think this was number 3. I think so. This is I was surprised because this one I never heard of before. Hey Richard, how you doing tonight? That Bad to Hell set would be great. Yeah, no, it's very awesome actually. So, but anyways, I was very surprised because I didn't even know this album existed when I was wanting to do the ranking video. I went out to Discogs and got all the I figured out all of his albums, and this one I never heard of, but I got it for a pretty decent deal, like under $10. So I picked it up and I listened to it. It's really great. I've heard it 3 or 4 times since, but it's that one there. And this one here is Couldn't Have Said It Better, which is a good album. So we have that one. And I also have something from the UK. Yeah, it's always great to see Richard. Hey, Richard. So this is from the UK. So it came in this is Bad Out of Hell 2, and it came in this plastic with a metallic back on it. Came in this plastic. I keep this on my wall usually. Bad Out of Hell 2, Back into Hell. Pretty, really cool. And the CD itself is this awesome picture that you have on the album cover, on the on the outside of the CD. So really, really cool. This is my favorite. This is my favorite Meat Loaf album, by the way. About Hell 2. Yeah, isn't that an awesome case? I bought this in Orlando in around '93 when the album came out. I bought this at Rock and Roll Heaven. The guy had it in his case, so I was like, "Give me that! I want it." I think it was like $13 at the time, so it wasn't too bad. So, but yeah, really, really cool case. Have that. I'm going to show some 45s that I have. I have some Stony and Meat Loaf, which is early Meat Loaf with Stony before the Bad Out of Hell came out, and it's on the Rare Earth label. This one is What You See Is What You Get, a promo copy. So Richard said that he's seen that Bat Out of Hell CD a couple times. So we're going to go ahead, bring up Richard there. And you've seen the CD, and I've seen that CD. Yeah, it's pretty good. Actually, you know what? I think I've seen it one other place before, other than mine. So have that 45. This one is I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. On a 45 RPM, which is very cool, off of Bat Out of Hell 2. Let me bring it up so you can see. And it has it on the backside too, but I think the backside has a live version of it, I believe. I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. I believe it's a live version, or it might be in a single edit. So have that. Got this Nowhere Fast single. This is I think this is from the UK, I believe. It's on a small hole label. And I'll do better about catching up with you guys on the chat. So I have this is what it's all about, which is this is put out by a radio station, I forget, a Baptist radio station, and they went to rock bands and they did interviews with them that they can put on their. They actually had a radio station, so they did these interviews with these bands, tried to bring God into it, but that's fine. And relate it to rock music. So I made the rock music more relatable. And this one here is actually Meat Loaf. Meat Loaf did an interview with them. I think this is from around 1979 or 1980. And if you're curious, the backside is Marvin Gaye, but I'll keep it for the Meat Loaf. We like Meat Loaf a lot. So it's pretty cool. What else I got here? Objects in the mirror are closer than they are. Objects in the rearview mirror. Great single off about Out of Hell 2. And they have it has a 2 out of 3 ain't bad live. So that's kind of cool. By the way, this isn't all my 45s. I pick and choose a few of them to show you, because I have a lot of 45s of these groups, and I'll be here all night if I pulled all of them out. So have Getting Away with Murder, which I think is off of one of the albums that Jim Steinman didn't write on the album that this came off of, I believe. So, it's a good single. Have Paradise by the Dashboard Lights. One version is almost 8 minutes. One version is almost 8 minutes long, which is that version, and one version is almost 6 minutes long, that version. So there's two different versions of Paradise by the Dashboard Lights on this 145, and it's a promo version. So pretty cool. This here is a Dead Ringer for Love. Really nice picture sleeve. And that's the label for it. Got some picture discs on 45s. This one here is also Dead Ringer for Love. I think it's is it a live version? No, it's not a live version, but More Than You Deserve, which I think is a non-album single. So, but that's a pretty cool. A 7-inch a picture disc for you. So have that. See if we can put this away. All right, have another picture disc. This one here is It's All Coming Back to Me Now. It's All Coming Back to Me Now. And what you want to understand, there's a story behind this. Meat Loaf wanted to do this song, but Jim Steinman, who wrote it, did not want Meat Loaf to do this song. So he gave it to, who did this originally? Was it Mariah Carey, was it? I'm trying to remember the female artist that did this. But anyways, she did it. I think another female artist did it as well. And finally, Meat Loaf got around to doing it. So I think it was on his Bat Out of Hell 3 album. But anyways, and this is The Monster Is Loose on the B-side. But honestly, personally, I think Jim Steinman is right. I don't think I love Meat Loaf, don't get me wrong, I do. That's why I got all this Meat Loaf stuff. But this song, I don't think Meat Loaf did it justice that much. I think it's more a song for a female artist to do. So maybe I'm just used to hearing whoever the original artist was. It's kind of weird listening to Meat Loaf do it. So, but I just didn't think it was the best coming from Meat Loaf or maybe from a male artist. So, anyways, how that? Celine Dion, I think you're right. Yes, I believe you're right. So we have Record Hound followed me in. I must have left the door open. Did you ever see and hear the words right out of my mouth? Video dialogue is more intense. I think I have seen the video. It's been a while. But yes, I do believe I have seen it. Took the words right out of my mouth. Great song. Yeah, Celine Dion for sure. And yep. And Record Hound is responding back to Richard. Okay, great. We have another Paradise by the Dashboard Light. This one has a picture sleeve with it. It is the standard release, the single edit. Well, it's 8 minutes long. I'm not sure how much is edited. I think that's the full version, 8 minutes long. So we have that. And we have 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I have several versions of this. I think I have 2 different 45s. I don't think I took both of them out, but each 45, each side has a different length. So like they did all these edits with this song. I mean, it's like this one here is 350 on this side, and it's 428 on this side. And I think the other record has a 628 version and a 530 version, or something like that. All I know is this 2 out of 3 ain't bad has a lot of different lengths, a lot of different versions. But it's a really great song. And we have Rock and Roll Dreams Come True off of the Bat Out of Hell 2 album. And we have I'll Do Anything for Love live, which is a really great version of it. I don't know where the live is from. I don't know if it came off of Live Around the World or which live it came out of, but pretty cool single. We have here radio edits annoy me so much. Yeah, I mean they're not bad. Especially there are a few radio edits that I grew up listening to. Like let's say is it Fat Bottom Girls? So Fat Bottom Girls, I grew up listening to the single edit of the song. I never even owned the album. So and on the greatest hits, they also had the single edit. But when you listen to the LP version, it's much longer, and it's kind of the first time I heard the LP version. I think it was on the AOR radio, which plays more LP versions of songs rather than single edits. But I heard it, and it was just all these extra, parts of the song, and I wasn't sure what it was, but it was the LP version of the song, which I thought was kind of weird. Because I'm used to hearing the single edit of that song. So there are songs, especially people my age grew up listening to FM radio, and they usually put single edits on the radio. So you get accustomed to hearing those versions. So anyways, we have Rock and Roll Dreams Come Through from Bow to Hell 2 on this 7-inch pusher disc, and it has Wasted Youth on the second side. Wasted Youth is a really great song. Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, also with Steve Miller Band. I agree. A lot of bands were that way. You used to hearing the single edits, and when you hear the full long version, you're like, what? So have that. And the last one, this is pretty cool. This was a special 4-track tour edition from the UK. And it came with this. This is from Midnight of the Lost and Found, which is one of his albums. But it came in this big. It came in this fold out. I think it folds out. Doesn't it fold out? Okay, maybe it doesn't fold out, but it comes like, but it's like that. So it has an insert. It has a back here, and pretty cool. Special 4-track. So this release has 4 songs on it. It has a Dead Ringer for Love on this side, Bat Out of Hell on this side, and it has Midnight of the Lost and Found remix on this side. So it has a special mix of the Midnight of the Lost and Found, which is a really great single of his. And this side is Fallen Angel, another remix. So pretty cool. So that's all the CDs and the 45s of Meat Loaf. So let's get to the albums. This is one that I actually recently picked up. This is from 1978. This is Meat Loaf and Stony before Bat Out of Hell came out. So pretty interesting cover there. Got some meatloaf and mashed potatoes and a couple peas for the nose and the eyes. But it came out on the Prodigy label. It's a really good album, actually. I really enjoyed it a lot. So this is a lot of people don't consider this technically part of Meat Loaf's catalog because it's Stony and Meat Loaf, not just Meat Loaf by himself. But I do keep it with Meat Loaf. So there you go. You know that one. This is a cool one here. So this one here is a concert put out by Epic. It's on the Epic label. You can see the Epic label, but this is the live concert series, Meat Loaf Live. This is from the very first album, Bat Out of Hell. So it mostly is the entire Bat Out of Hell album, but it's done live. So it's pretty cool. When I take a look at the label, I bring it up and let you see it. But yeah, so it's a very cool live album. So that is a reissue of the Rare Earth LP. Okay, see, I didn't know that. Yeah, because this one's on this is on the Prodigy label. So yeah, so the original one was on the Rare Earth. Gotcha. Cool. So that one said it came out in 1978. That's the phonographic copyright on the back of the album of this album was 1978. So this came out in 1970. So I think Bad to Hell also came out in 78, but I think that one came out right before it, or sometime before it, maybe like 6 months or so before it. So we have Bad Attitude by Meat Loaf. Really great album. So I think, was this another one that, another couple albums that Jim Steinman wasn't involved with? I think this was one of them, wasn't it? I believe so. But this is a U.S. pressing of it. And it's a real nice cover, too. So I really like that cover. Let me see if Jim Steinman is listed on here. I don't see Jim Steinman's name, so I don't think Jim Steinman was involved in this one. This one was Meat Loaf and Paul Jacobs. So, Jim Steinman was right there with Meat Loaf when he started, and he pretty much wrote most of his songs. The Bat Out of Hell Live is severely compressed. I tried correcting it. Bat Out of Hell Live. Oh, really? I mean, I played it on my turntable. It sounds pretty good to me. So, I didn't have any problem playing it. So, but maybe I wasn't expecting very much out of it either. It just sounded good to me. Maybe, but I don't know. When I have it here, so I'll look at the copyright. I'll look at the copyright date and let you know. I'm thinking it came out in '78. Let me see when this concert says it came out. Does it have a copyright date? I mean, this concert has a copyright date of '78 as well. So I don't know. I'll look and see. Here is the Midnight at the Lost and Found. Really great album. I think it's one of his underrated albums. I like it a lot. So this is a U.S. pressing of it. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Meat Loaf. Huge fan. So earlier this year, I think maybe around Christmas last year, I got this. But this is Meat Loaf Guilty Pleasure Tour. So this is a gray market bootleg live of Meat Loaf. It says here it was recorded from Sydney, Australia. Double LP set. I think this was recorded sometime originally around things around. It has a phonographic copyright of 2021. That's, I guess, when it was recorded, and it has a 2023 release date. But this is the inside cover of it. But I think this was recorded. It didn't tell me when it was recorded, but reason why I think it was recorded sometime around Halloween is because it has a Hot Patootie and Time Warp on it. And those are off of the Rocky Horror Picture Show album, which of course is pretty big around Halloween time. So I think if Meat Loaf was doing a concert around Halloween time, I think he would probably, I could see him wanting to put those two songs on it. So those are two songs that you don't typically, at least I've never seen before on a Meat Loaf live album. So, but it's a really great album. If you want to see the track listing of this, I'll put it up to the screen here. So, but that's the track listing. So live from Sydney, Australia. There you go. This is Meat Loaf's very last album he put out before he passed away. Braver Than We Are, all songs by Jim Steinman, double LP set. It's a good album. So, I mean, all his albums are good albums. So, but he has better albums than this, but it wasn't that bad. He had the two original girls, females, that sang on either with him in concert or on his albums, on this album. So that's here's the inside cover, which is basically the words, and here's the back of it. So, but there's the album. Yeah, I know. I agree, Chris. Yep. He definitely missed. So, but great album. Let's see what else we have here. So here's Bad Out of Hell. Here's an OG pressing of it. Let me see if I can get a date here. My eyes are just really bad. But I think it says 77. I think you're right. It does say 77 on it. So this one here has a phonographic copyright of 77. So this one came out in 77. But this is an OG, again, an OG pressing of Bad Out of Hell, his debut album by himself. Really, really great album. Dead Ringer for Love. You took the words right out of my life. Haven't Come Away. All revved up. No place to go. Is it Dead Ringer or is that on a second album? I think Dead Ringer is from a second album, right? 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad, Paradise, and For Crying Out Loud. So Dead Ringer is off a second album. So sorry about that. So, but there you go. Great, really great album for him. This is the second album that is a reissue. This is the music on vinyl release I picked up about 4 or 5 years ago. Let me open it up here. I'll show you the vinyl, what it looks like. It's oh, whoa. Okay. Why is it not like that? Okay. So this is on on this, like, it's like a weird color. It's like this brownish, this maybe a burnt red or a burnt brown color, and black marble. That's kind of cool looking. Again, this is his Bat Out of Hell is a huge favorite here too. I agree. So again, this is his second album, which was Dead Ringer. Yep, I'm start putting them in here. So I'm gonna get caught up here. Chris says Bat Out of Hell was his very first CD he bought. Cool. Tarbird is a big fan of Meat Loaf. Awesome. Who else had Bat on an 8-track? I didn't have Bat. I actually owned 8-tracks when I was in high school, but I don't think it had any Meat Loaf 8-tracks. So no, I didn't have it on 8-track. Yeah, time goes by way too fast, doesn't it? So I have another music on vinyl, Blind Before I Stop. I think there's 2 different record covers for this album. So this is looks like it's on black vinyl, but it's not. It's just on this really dark color. Again, swirl marble. It's like a really dark, almost like a green, really dark green color. I don't know if you can see that in the light. But it's really dark marbling, almost like a green color, or maybe like a yellowish color, but it's got the black marbling in it as well. So it's really cool. So we have that, and this is music on vinyl release of Blind Before I Stop, which is a really great album for him. I think this is the 35th anniversary, actually. Is that what it says here? Yeah, it's the 35th anniversary of it. I'll bring up the hype sticker if you want to take a peek of it. There you go. Oh, was it? Okay, cool. You know what? I never saw Miami Vice. That was a show that I never watched. So, but yeah, that's cool to know. Picked this up a few years back at Target. They put us on Target around the holidays. And this is also Bat Out of Hell. This is on red vinyl, a red and black marble vinyl reissue. So I'll show you this one. Really cool. Yeah, I really like this Bat Out of Hell album. It's pretty great. I'm sure it's up there for most Meat Loaf people, right? So at that one, what else we have here? Have another Bat Out of Hell. This one here is a Clear Classics transparent vinyl. So the other one, the red one I just showed you, sounded great. This one sounded a little bit tinny. I don't know if this one came from a digital transfer or not, a direct digital transfer. I mean, it's cool. It's on clear vinyl. So I'll pick it up here and show it to you. So it's on this clear vinyl. So, but it wasn't the best recording of it. The volume was kind of low on it, and it didn't have much bass on it. So it was kind of not the greatest listen of the album that I've ever heard, but it's still cool to have. So I got that. I have Bad Hell 2 on vinyl. I have both on blue vinyl, which one of the albums was pressed. It's 2 albums. One of the albums was pressed off center. So I keep the album on my wall over there. Y'all can't see it, but I keep that on my wall because I really don't want to play an album that's pressed off center. But then I went out and picked up a black vinyl version of it. And this black vinyl was pressed fine. So I have this one on black vinyl. This is my favorite Meat Loaf album. Came out around 93. Has I'll Do Anything for Love, Life is a Lemon, I Want My Money Back, Rock and Roll Dreams Come Through, Out of the Frying Pan, All That Wasted Youth, Golden Girls Go to Heaven, Good Girls Go to Heaven, Bad Girls Go Everywhere, Back into Hell, all these great songs. It has the lyrics on the inside, and there you go. So I have a real quick story about this album. So I bought it. It came out. I bought it on CD. The CD I showed you. Bought it on this, and played the heck out of it. And I was in some record store somewhere around a year later, around '94, and they had this record, but they had it on vinyl in '94. It was from the UK actually, but they had it on only one LP. One LP for the whole album. Now I wasn't thinking, this is a lot of music to go on one LP. To me, it was a vinyl record. I collect the vinyl records, and I love Meat Loaf. I love Bad Hell too. So I bought it, took it home, and I put it on my record player. And literally, you could not hear it. It was so soft. I mean, you had to crank the volume up to as high as your stereo would go, and it was still a whisper. And you had almost put your ear down to the stylus to hear the music, because it was so tightly packed. Because they put this whole album, all these songs, on one LP. So now that album today is actually very much sought after, and I wish I had known that. I would have kept it, because I think I paid like $8 for it, $8.99 for it. But because I couldn't hear anything from the record, I took it back to the record store and complained, and they gave me some store credit, so I got a different album for it. If I had known it was going to be a collector's item, I would have kept it. But anyways, cut like K-Tel. That's right, exactly. Worse than K-Tel. At least you can actually hear K-Tel. I literally could not hear that record. It was so soft. But anyways, I was kind of disappointed, but have Meat Loaf Hits Out of Hell. So I think this is an import. I think this is a German copy. Yeah, it's a German copy. I don't know if a US copy was ever released on vinyl or not. But I know it's a German copy, but it has all its hits on it. So it's a great sounding record. Have another Meat Loaf Live, 1987, UK import, near mint, with bonus 12-inch record. So this is Meat Loaf Live. So I think this has, this is also German. So it was pressed on, I can't see it, sorry. Pressed on black vinyl on the Arista label, which is kind of interesting. But so it's a live album, and then on the second album that was included, the bonus second album that had I think it just had one or two like 12-inch singles. But I'll take this out and show it to you, the cover anyways. So that's what it looks like. Meat Loaf Live, definitely German, and Blind Before I Stop. So this came out around the mid '90s. So because it has Blind Before I Stop on it. So yeah, it includes a free 12-inch single with extra tracks. So, but really cool. Got another bootleg here, a traditional bootleg, not a gray market bootleg, but a real bootleg. This is Meat Loaf Live at the bottom line in New York City. The bottom line, I think, is just some place that they had concerts. So somebody probably took a cassette recorder in there and recorded this concert, and they pressed it onto vinyl. But it's actually on red vinyl. That's what it looks like. And this has let me see what it has on it. I think this is early Meat Loaf. This might have been around I think this is for his very first album, actually. So I'll bring it up here so you can see some of the track listings. But this has Bad to Hell, You Took the Words Right Out of My Life, Out of My Mouth, For Crying Out Loud, Paradise by the Back Door Lights, River Deep Mountain High. Isn't that a Stony Meat Loaf song? And 2 Out of 3 Ain't Bad. So yeah, pretty cool. Nice bootleg. Here's the other Blind Before I Stop. Because earlier I showed the other Blind Before I Stop. Remember I said it has 2 different covers. So this is the other cover, and this I think is this looks like a UK release. Maybe no, it's a US release. It's a US release. So on the Atlantic, and that's the back of it. So, but it includes the single "Getting Away with Murder." But there you go. When did this come out, anyways? I don't remember. Can I see the year? 1986. So this one came out in 1986. What else we got here? We have, this came out a couple years ago, Meat Loaf and Friends, the Ultimate Collection. So this was a digital only, or well, a digital transfer, but it wasn't that bad. It was actually fairly good quality, even though it was digital. But I guess it's sealed from the front. But this has a bunch of Meat Loaf live songs off there, although I don't know the source of the songs. It was pressed on red vinyl. But it also has, when it says and Friends, it has so it has Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, Dead Ringer for Love, which is of course Meat Loaf and Cher, but it has Bonnie Tyler, Total Eclipse of the Heart, which is I believe it was a Jim Steinman song that Jim Steinman gave to Bonnie Tyler, which is why it's on here. We have 2 out of 3 and Bad, Ellen Foley, What's the Matter Baby? Ellen Foley was on the very first album who sang with Meat Loaf. Or was she on the one on tour? I don't remember. Anyway, Ellen Foley, which is on Night Court, was involved in the very first album, which is why it's on here, Midnight Lost and Found. You Took the Words Right Out of My Mouth, Meat Loaf. Another Ellen Foley song, We Belong to the Night. Another Bonnie Tyler, Holding Out for a Hero, which I think is also Jim Steinman. And then Jim Steinman himself singing Rock and Roll Dreams Come Through. So they definitely got some, I'll put it up here if you want to see it, the track listing. But that's why it says Meat Loaf and Friends, because it's not just all Meat Loaf. But Meat Loaf is on here quite a lot. But it's a really nice cover, too. So we have that. Oh, gotcha. Okay, Bottom Line was a New York club. Billy Crystal's Stand Up LP was recorded there. I actually have that LP, yeah. I love Billy Crystal. So I have a Gray Market bootleg, another live. This one was recorded in Boston, 1985, double LP. Bad Attitude, Dead Ringer for Love. I'll let you see the track listing there, what it is, and open up the inside. Talks about Meat Loaf and his career. Pretty cool. So pretty nice quality for a Gray Market bootleg. But Modern Girl is on here, which is really great. Piece of the Action, which is, I don't think I've seen that song on any other of his other live albums. That's pretty cool. All Revved Up, No Place to Go, Jump on the Gun. All these are great songs by him. So again, at the 2 LP set, it's on black vinyl. So this one here is cool because this one I bought back in the day when it was available. Now this is a very expensive record to find. It maybe goes for $200 or so. But back when I bought it, it wasn't that much. It was like $18. But this is I think this came out in 2008, maybe 2000. All right, can I see the year on this? I'm just too old to remember these dates. No, I can't see the date. So, but it was released on black vinyl, so that's the label. But it's 2 LP. This is Welcome to the Neighborhood. Really great album for him. If anybody knows what year it came out. So very cool. Any songs that I know off the top of my head? I Lie for You is really great. Original Sin is really great by him. Left in the Dark is really good. Not a Dry Eye in the House. That was a really great release on this album for him. So, but yeah, really great album. Getting down to the last couple here, we have the 12-inch single of Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, which has several different versions: an 8-minute version, a 5-minute version, a 3-minute version. So all different versions of the song. But Paradise by the Dashboard Light's a really great one. My wife and I found this together at a flea market, and I picked it up because it's one of our favorite songs. So pretty cool. And what's the last but not least? We have one more Gray Market bootleg live radio broadcast. Meat Loaf live again at the Bottom Line, 1987. I don't know if this is the same. This might be the same bootleg as the first bootleg. I don't remember. But About to Hell, You Took the Words Right Out of My Life, for crying out loud. It's actually not the same. Has some of the same songs, but I don't know if it's the same concert or not. But that's the back of it. But Bad Out of Hell, 1977 live radio broadcast. So and it's on black vinyl. So that's it. 95, welcome to the neighborhood. Okay, very good. Awesome. So let me go ahead, and what I've been doing is I've been saying if anybody wants to come up and copy, let me put this out there. There you go. If anybody wants to come up on the stage and we can talk and chat. But yeah, it's pretty much all that I have for tonight. I appreciate everybody stopping by and watching. It was a great conversation talking about all this Meat Loaf stuff. I'm a huge fan of Meat Loaf. So awesome stuff. Yeah, Bad Hell 2 is definitely crammed, wasn't it? It had a lot of songs on it. So you know what I should have done? I should have grabbed the Jim Steinman album too. I had the Jim Steinman album that came out, so that he did right after Bad Hell 2. It's really great. A lot of those songs ended up on Bad Hell 2. So I should have grabbed that for tonight. Sorry about that. But if you don't know, Jim Steinman made a bunch of songs for Meat Loaf to sing, and came out with a follow-up to Bow to Hell. And I believe Meat Loaf was sick and couldn't go in the studio to record the songs. And Jim Steinman, he didn't want to wait because of the, there's a lot of steam. A lot of his first album was a huge album, and there's a lot of pressure to get another record put out there, so that way they keep the ball rolling. So Jim Steinman went in the studio and recorded these songs himself. Created, I think, when I remember, I think it created a little bit of a tiff between Meat Loaf and Jim Steinman because he did that. But a lot of those songs would go on. Meat Loaf would redo on the Bad to Hell 2 song album. Out of the Frying Pan was on that, which is a really great different version of that. And we have Chris. I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to ignore you.
Right, mate? Yeah, not too bad.
Let me turn up the volume here so I can hear you. There you go.
Is that better?
Maybe too loud. Turn down a little bit. There you go. That should be good.
Good show tonight, mate. Well done.
Oh, thank you. Jim Steinman album. Did I see Roadie? Yeah, I saw Roadie when I was a kid, and I do have the soundtrack, but that's technically not a Meat Loaf album. Just Meat Loaf does perform on. I have like Meat Loaf, and there's another album he did too. That's loose science fiction type of album that he performed on. About I think a couple songs on. I have that one. He performed on Roadie. He performed on the I mentioned it earlier, the Halloween movie. Anyway, he performed on that. So yeah, so I didn't pull everything out that I have that he performed on. I pulled out his albums, but I didn't know that it came with a bonus 7-inch. So I got it used. So are you a big fan there of Meat Loaf there, Chris?
I am, and I've been waiting to get that Bad Out of Hell. I've been looking on vinyl on Amazon and eBay, but nothing's seemed to be popping up in the UK, so I'll keep looking.
Are you talking about an OG pressing or a reissue? Or
I'd probably start with a reissue, mate, if I'm being honest, and then go from there.
Yeah, I would skip that clear audio one if personally, because it was really not a very good recording of it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's better than not having it all. I was kind of disappointed. So I was like, why is it so thin? Why is it so, why is the volume so low on it? So
I'm quite surprised there hasn't been any Meat Loaf box sets released by the record company, to be honest.
it's true. I don't recall any box sets by Meat Loaf.
Because lots of artists are doing it now. All the past, people who've died, and you see a lot of, George Harrison's coming out. You see, Elvis ones. You see, people who passed away. You got Queen. It's I rank Meat Loaf right up there with the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think he gets. I don't know what it is. Not overshadowed, but kind of put on the back burner for some reason. I don't know why. My story with Meat Loaf was I bought tickets to watch him in Cardiff in Wales, and he had ill health and he cancelled twice. Then he cancelled the third time, and I just went, I can't make it. And he played that night, and obviously never came back. But yeah, he was going through ill health. I think this was back in, oh my goodness, 2008, 2009, maybe 2010, that kind of time. That end of the 2000.
That was right after his heart attack, wasn't it?
Yeah, so he was like passing out and stuff, and I was like, well, do I really want to watch Meat Loaf when he's not as good? I'd rather remember him watching him on YouTube and like he used to be.
Yeah.
But I can't take it out of my head when he was in the Spice Girls movie.
I never saw that, so I didn't know that.
He was I believe he was the manager, or he was the driver of the double-decker buses around London in the film. And I was like, I remember saying to my sister, she was big at the Spice Girls at the time, I was like, that's Meat Loaf. She's like, what the hell is Meat Loaf?
There's also a movie came out in the 90s called Black Dog.
Yeah.
He played the driver in that too. Did you ever see that?
No, I've never seen that. No.
Yep, he's in that. A really good part. He's actually got a pretty good part in it. It's not a small part. It's actually a pretty good part in that movie. So, but he runs a trucking company, and he's illegally moving things in his trucks, and he's one of the owners of the truck. So he's I forget who else is. He's getting somebody to drive the truck. Another big actor. I forget who was. Quit. Let me see if I can just bring it up.
Do you know these biopics on rock stars? I think that would be.
Yeah, good one. Yeah, but it was Patrick Swayze, by the way.
Okay, right.
He was in it. So, yeah. I've seen I think I saw one Behind the Curtain of Meat Loaf on MTV back in the day, or something like that. But I haven't seen too much.
I think it was. I saw it on MTV or VH1. It was kind of behind the scenes of him touring and I was going through about his ill health, and that was probably the same time that I was going to try and watch him live. And he was going through the struggles, then the medication he was on to try and keep him,
Yep.
And he was saying like halfway through the show he's got to go off and have his blood pressure taken, and I'm like, how the fuck can you have your blood pressure taken? You're in front of like 20,000 people. Your blood pressure's gonna be through the roof,
It's true. It's true. Yeah, and he was a big guy too, so that didn't help. I mean, not that I'm skinny or anything, but yeah, he was a big guy. Did you ever get his Live Around the World CD?
No, I never did.
Yeah, so I got that back, and I think it came out around 95 or 96, I'm thinking, but somewhere around there, maybe 2000 even. But it's called Live Around the World. I believe it was a double CD set, but it had all of the songs on it live. and it's probably about the best live concert recorded that I ever heard by Meat Loaf. And I wish they put it out on vinyl. As far as I understand, they still haven't released it on vinyl yet. I don't know why.
They need to reissue. I tell you what might kick it off is if they do a record store day
Possible, yeah.
of Meat Loaf, like Bat Out of Hell or something, just to get people kind of, especially the youngsters. I think the youngsters would dig it big time because it's all that it reminds me. I remember Liz telling me, my partner, she was like, Meat Loaf reminds me of like a musical.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like an opera from start
Definitely.
to finish.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think youngsters these days would really dig it because they'd be
Oh
like,
yeah,
"Who the hell is this guy?"
yeah. Very operatic. And his
Mm.
very last album he did right before he passed away. There's a lot of that in there. You can see that it's just all these huge long stories in this album. So
But
his last album was pretty good actually.
he's one of these bands or artists that it's a show from
Mm-hmm.
start to finish. He's telling a story, which you don't see anymore.
No, true.
I think the closest one you probably get, and a lot of people hate them, but is probably Coldplay, where it's an actual show with them. But I can't think of another artist than Meat Loaf that it's like a musical or it's like an opera.
Well, he had a theatrical background too, so I think that in itself went with his music. He wanted to do a theatrical,
Yeah,
versions of his music, and that's where that came from. He combined his love of the theatrics with music, and he had these long operatic songs and albums. So
yeah. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I don't think many people. I know Alex from Beer and Vinyl is a massive Meat Loaf fan. He loves Meat Loaf, like more than me probably, because I've had him on live streams before, and he picked Meat Loaf a few times. Um, and yeah, but I just we can't get them over here, mate. It's just I'd have to have it shipped from Canada or Germany or America. It's You just can't get the albums. Like I've been to record fairs and everything, and car boot sales. And you ask people like, no, can't get Meat Loaf. No, can't get Meat Loaf. Nope. And if they've got it, it's original pressing, and they want something ridiculous, like 400 quid. And I'm just like, yeah,
right.
that's not happening.
Yeah, here in a record store, if you found an OG pressing of Meat Loaf in pretty good shape, but not like mint, but pretty good shape, you pay about maybe $9 for it.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
Maybe cheaper for me to go to America on a flight.
So, and I think I saw Bad Out of Hell in a $5 bin a couple years ago.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Like from my generation, when I remember when I'll Do Anything for Love, but I Won't Do That came out, and that was that 93?
93, yeah.
And I was like, who the hell is this? Because it reminded me of Beauty and the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of, I don't know if that's the theme he was going for, but and I was like, wow. And I remember the Now albums. Now that's what I call music.
Yeah, yeah.
So I bought Meat Loaf, and then I bought my mate had Now 32, and on Now 32 was that single, I Do Anything for Love, but I Won't Do That. And that's what got me into Meat Loaf to start with. Yeah, I had a few CDs of Meat Loaf back in the day. Obviously, I sold all my CDs because everybody was, well, not everybody, but certain people were using sites, should we say, to access music.
Napster and stuff like that. Yeah.
We never had Naps in the UK, so we had LimeWire, you had Pirate Bay,
LimeWire.
you had that was, and it'd destroy your computer. And my dad going, "What have you done? What have you done with this computer again? It's ruined. Doesn't work. Just crashes." I was like, "Okay." Yeah, that was back in the day when you had the iPod, and yeah, I know Rob from Northern Revolutions. He's had his iPod done, so it's got like 2 terabytes of storage on it. So he just literally uses that. He doesn't do streaming. So
Yeah, my brother does that too. He uses he actually has a server in his house, and I forget what the name of it was, but he gave me an account and a login, but I don't use it. I really don't stream music very much. and but he has like that 2 terabyte or 3 terabytes of music on that. He just finds CDs and he rips it and he gives the CD back, and he finds another CD, rips it, and he gives it back. And he puts it on his drive, so he has all this music.
As part of my mobile phone contract, my cellular contract, I get Apple Music One free, so that gives me Apple Music, Apple TV, storage.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, you are most of the time. I don't know where to make a video about this, but talk about streaming. Like, does it actually work? Because I find I discover new music off live streams and videos on YouTube, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
I discover more that way because I'm sitting in the car and there's the same freaking music comes up all the time, and I'm just like, ugh, it's just endless. So,
Well, it's not like it used to be. I mean, back when I was growing up in the 70s and 80s, and even a little bit in the 90s, you had, FM radio as top 40 stations,
yeah, you
and
did.
that's where you would be introduced to new music. There's not a whole lot of top 40 stations anymore.
Well, no, and back in the UK, I don't know if you had it over there, but we had a show on a Friday night or Thursday night was called Top of the Pops.
Okay.
Um, and if you made it on, it was like MTV's version. If you made it on there, and they'd sing live on the show every week, and they go through the top 40 and who's moved, who hasn't, and that was kind of the place to be at the time. And then obviously you had radio was massive when I was growing up,
Mm-hmm.
and because you had I brought up in the generation toward the end where I used to listen to John Peel in the evenings.
Yeah.
So I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you heard of John Peel, but
Yes. Yes.
he discovered new music
Mm-hmm.
constantly and would put it out on his show. But he used to have the late
Right.
show, and it was amazing. Like the music he used to pull out. And you think
Mm-hmm.
you got some records? He's got in his room. His house. A museum have bought it, and they've turned it into the John Peel Museum. And the records are just exactly where they were when he died, and they're everywhere. Like they're stacked up to here in sections where he hasn't checked them out.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah.
I know I know I've seen them on eBay, the radio broadcasts and radio interviews with John Peel. So
Mm,
I've seen those. I don't think I own any of those. I do have quite a few radio broadcast records like that went straight to the radio stations for concerts and interviews. But
yeah.
I don't think I have anything. I don't think I have any John Peel though.
My mate actually met him and interviewed him, Jeff Collins. So Jeff used to work for the BBC. He actually went when Motorhead and Queen were in Rockfield Studios recording things. Jeff knew the producer there. So he's met Queen, he's met Motorhead, he's met Oasis when Oasis first done their first album. And he's actually wrote a book about his Rock at Rockfield or something it's called. I'll send you the link on later on, but
Okay,
that's a book.
cool.
The people he's met. And you can tell how old it is because Brian May's got dark hair.
Mm.
So, yeah. Bad news this week, mate. There's no live stream.
Okay.
Um, me and Liz are going away for a weekend, and we're going away till Tuesday. So I'm going to take a week off.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I just thought I'd let you know, just in case you jump on Sunday, going, "Where the hell is Chris Dive?"
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I kind of took a week this off myself. I tried to put up at least one regular video too, but I've just been working on these 2 turntables that I got in. It's just been
how's it going?
heck, not good. So I got them in and they had problems, and I
Okay.
fixed those problems but I introduced other problems that they didn't have, and now especially one problem I can't seem to resolve that I introduced into both turntables. I can't figure out how to resolve that problem, so I'm kind of at a standstill right now. I'm still working on it, but
Because we were
I'm
talking
kind of
last
pulling my
week
hair out.
about this, last week I was telling you, like, about starting projects like this, and you were like, "Yeah, it only does this. I'll get it sorted." And I was thinking about it all week. I was thinking, I wonder how he's getting off with that turntable now. Like I go
Yeah.
to distance, and Liz is like, "What are you thinking about?" And I'm like, "Oh, see, that guy going to live stream. Yeah, he's doing a turntable," and she just looks at me like, "Have I got a third head?"
Yeah.
But
But yeah, I've learned a lot doing this. I
yeah,
learned what not to do, but because I think I introduced a serious problem unintentionally, but I don't know how to resolve it right now. So I'm still looking into that. But
you should have done you should have documented it from start to finish with snippets
yeah,
and
yeah,
call your documentary fixing this table.
yeah. I should have, but that just adds more time to it. You know,
Yeah, I know.
I've already spent like this is my third week working on these, off and
Wow.
on, off and
Okay.
on. So
Plus work, plus live streams, plus videos.
plus trying to make. I mean, last week I wanted to do that. They have that 15 questions out there. The summer vinyl tag.
Oh yeah,
Have you seen that?
I couldn't do it. I looked at the questions. I was like,
I think
just
I
so
can do
hard.
it, but those vinyl tags can take half a day to do because first of all, so many
Oh yeah,
questions, and you got to gather up all the records, you got to get it all prepared. So it takes time.
I yeah, I know what you mean. I like to do in one take. So I know with that one, I'd have to edit it because
Yeah,
I'd have to put snippets in because there's no way I can do it all in one
yeah,
go.
that one take. Yeah, yeah,
Like I'm surprised. Like today, the Fleetwood Mac rumors album I had from Rhino,
yeah.
I had to edit that because I kept restarting constantly because I was like, I don't want to miss anything here for the viewer because there's a lot of how can I put it? People that love this. I can't think of the word, but so do you know the people who got the top end music audio stuff? What they called?
Audio file.
Audiophiles. And I thought if audiophiles are going to watch this, they're just going to crucify me in the comments here because I'm just getting into Fleetwood Mac. If I'm being honest, I haven't got any Fleetwood. Well, I didn't. I got rumors now. The sound on it it's good, but the problem is, mate. I've told you this before because it's a Bluetooth record player, the Audio Technica LP 120. It goes straight to my Bose 900 Dolby Atmos soundbar. So
Okay.
anything you're going to put on there is going to sound good anyway. So you could tell the difference, but I don't know if it's that much of a difference, if that makes
It,
sense.
yeah, it really is not. I mean, I have a really really nice setup here, and I mean sometimes, yeah, I mean, it's minute. It really is minute. I mean, it's not like this big grand difference. I mean, I have like some albums that normally that originally came out as one album on 33, and now they split it into two albums on 45.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about, and I expect like, okay, yeah, it does sound better, but it's not like huge. It,
I've ordered as well the Buckingham and Nicks from Rhino because that was an album because Rob from Northern Revolution said to me, if this ever comes out, Chris, get this because I think
Mhm.
you'll enjoy it. So I pre-ordered that when Rhino said they were getting released. But apart from that, unless they release something I really want, I'm not going to spend more money there. I
Yeah,
think for
yeah.
what you're getting and the sound setup that I've got, it'd be hard to
Hard for you to
listen.
hear the difference.
Yeah, you couldn't. I don't think you could.
Yeah, gotcha, gotcha.
So, um, I've probably picked up about 20 albums the last 2 weeks. To be honest,
Wow.
I got to do
Wow.
a I've got to do a video next week of July pickups because I was
There you
saying to
go.
Liz.
There you
So
go.
I haven't done a video in 2 weeks because I've been waiting for this Fleetwood Mac album to arrive because I thought, right, I'll do that. And I've tried to do my videos every 2 weeks now because I don't want to just do a video every week and I'm just talking crap. So, and people don't want to see greatest hits all the time. So I've got about 10 albums I'm going to show that I picked up from the record shop and I picked up on eBay and stuff that's received from Canada and stuff like that. Picked up an album. I haven't shown this yet. So this is
Sneak peek.
Delaney and Bonnie. Uh, Rob from Northern Revolution's got me onto this lot.
Okay, craft recording.
Craft recording. I love doing this. People hate doing this, but I love doing this. Just rip it.
Let me see
So,
if we can't bring you out. People can see it better. There you go. Okay. Yeah.
so like Rob said to me, it's like the Allman Brothers, that kind of music, you know. And I love the Allman Brothers. So this came on. I feel like I'm doing a video.
That's
um,
fine.
yeah, it's a
We are
good
doing a
quality.
video.
It's very thick cardboard,
Hmm.
like you can see,
Right.
and the quality is really good. So, and it's very thick vinyl. You can feel it.
Oh yeah. Is that a Stax label? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, really good. He said, yeah, you'd be interested in getting this band, so I got this one. So I don't know
Cool.
if anybody's heard of this one. Delaney and Bonnie is called Home. This came out. I'm trying to hang on 2 secs. 1969 on Craft Recordings. This got reissued in 2019. So
Okay. Cool.
yeah. So if you like the
Oh,
Allman Brothers,
sorry.
uh,
So, so next week you're going to be on vacation. Now, the following week, would you be interested in coming back and doing a full show?
yeah, so what I said we were gonna do was favorite bands and artists. I've had an idea for later on the year. I'm gonna do a thread. When this show finishes, I'll tell you what it is. But because
Okay.
I don't want to give any ideas to people now.
Gotcha.
So, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give £20 Amazon vouchers out to the winner. So I'll do a thread, and then that can be my Christmas present to somebody in the vinyl community, so they can
Nice.
buy. Well, they won't be able to buy an album for $20 or £20, but it'll go towards something that they
Yeah.
may want for Christmas. So that was
Oh
my
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Because in November it'll be 5 years. So I thought, right, okay, I need to do a thread.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
So yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming up and showing us your stuff. And I want to thank everybody out there who commented and who watched. And we'll try to get up this one new video next week. And of course, I'm not sure what my live stream is going to be, but it's going to be something. So I'll put that together. But y'all have a great night. I want to again thank Chris for being on, and I'll see you all soon. All right, take care. Bye bye.